Jean Shannon was her professional name. That was the name she used before, and that's how we got mixed up. As Jody Shannon was Norma's. Did you know that? Now I have something more not to get mixed up. Here, keeping their act together, are our favorite Shannon sisters, Norma and Jody.
Imagine how it smelled when they were carrying out these coffee cakes while we're singing and we picked up the tempo automatically. Oh, wonderful. But anyway.
That's a chill on you.
That is an hemisphere. Anyway, here it is. Jesus muarakasta, damadusa ilmoita, lapsiolan hekopa. We can't remember the words right there. Why, Jesus rakasta, why, Jesus rakasta, why, Jesus rakasta, ninsano okasta.
After all these years, we're not even sure it's Finn anymore.
It was a lot cuter when we were 4 and 5. But Jeannie asked us to do a little telling about how we got the act together. And for years, well, from the time I was 16, I became a dancer, and my sister would come and visit me. And we occasionally would say something about it, but never really did anything about it until I was at the Shapery in Chicago for about a year. And she came to visit. Jimmy Durante was the headliner, and while between shows the band was playing, the curtain was closed, we were backstage singing as we did all our life. And Jimmy Durante came out. He's getting his massage as usual. And he came out. He was quite elderly at that time, about my age now.
He got married right after that, too.
They never say die. But he comes out and he said, "Who is that?" And we looked over and he said, "You sound just terrific. You should be doing an act. Are you sisters?" etc. And the conversation went on. And I think that was when we really decided that this is what we needed. So when my producer left the Shapery and went to California, I did not go with her, and my sister went back to Detroit and gave her notice and came back to the Shea for our closing night, because that was the end of it. She was now in Chicago, and we we're going to start the act. Tell them about the...
Randy put me on stage. He said, "Go get one of those costumes on and go on stage." I had no idea what I was doing.
But it was kind of a closing night, fun.
Yeah, and after the show, well, Jack Eigen, if any of you are from Chicago, he would interview people all the time.
Remember that? In the lobby, how did you like the show?
And he said, so how'd you like the show? I said, "Real well. Hope you'll be up there someday." And he said, "What's going on?" And I said, "Well, my sister and I are going to start an act, and that's why I'm moving here." And he said, "Well, what are you going to do?" and all that. And I said, "Well, we're going to be singers, we hope. But now I need a job." And the next day, there was a letter at the Shapery from a travel agent, and they needed a secretary, and that's where I went. And so that's
Ford's Travel.
Ford's Travel. They sent us to Europe. You tell
Yes,
me
so
about
they, after months and months getting arrangements, what have you, he said, "I think I'd like to have you two represent Ford's Travel over in Paris. Dirty job, someone's got to do it." We thought we died and gone to heaven. So we did, and we were there and singing at the cocktail parties, and it was having two single girls. Oh, and then we had to spend. Well, we were then.
I know.
We weren't always the soul, Miss Blue. And the revenue passengers were taking up the plane trip, so we had to spend a week in Amsterdam.
That was
What a
one
shame.
job, too.
And then we got back and went right straight, our agent sent us right straight to a strippers club in Cleveland, 6 shows a week.
It was the only place on 9th and Chester with a carpet.
And we got rid of that agent. But it turned out to be a wonderful place because we made a lot of good friends. The freshmen, Laura Flanagan and all of them, were really dear friends with them. And as a matter of fact, my husband had a business at the time, and that's how we met him. Not at the joint we were working, but I thought I'd throw that in.
Riding on that street, full makeup was a humdinger.
But anyway, in a long time, and then he became our manager and got us on recording contracts and what have you.
Did you fell in love with him?
Yes, that too. So we did make some records, and we asked our dear friend Bob Lindsay, who has now moved here. God love him, I've known him for 40 years. Sorry, Bob. And we asked him if he'd take out the 16-bar instrumental in between each one of these numbers, and you might notice a little glitch, but it's much better than sitting here contemplating our navels while the 16 bars go. So if you don't pay any attention to them. And here is the first record we ever made, and the other side of it. Okay, Mike?
If you ever pass this way again, stop in, say hello to a friend. Seems like years have passed since last we met.
we did have the pleasure of working with some celebrities in our life, not me as a chorus girl so many, because there were quite a few when they had a chorus line, but my sister and I also, what's his name? Eddie Fisher, I'm sure he'd appreciate that. We did a big show with Eddie Fisher and
Buddy Greco and
Hibbler.
Al Hibbler, and it was a real fun show. A lot of people.
Elvis in Biloxi, who was a dear, sweet person. Well, if he's still alive, he's still a sweet person. Who knows? And the first time we ever emceed a show in Pittsburgh, at the Twin Coaches, Pearl Bailey was a headliner, and we were the other act, and we had to MC, which we'd never done. And we went to her door and said, "What would you like us to say about you, Miss Bailey?" And she said, "I don't want to live up to anything, just say my name."
And that works.
And we kind of used that from then on ourselves. And we'd like to do one soft number without the arrangement stuff, and we asked Polly Harvard if she would do this number. It happens to be one number that we like to do, and we've done it a few times here. Do you want to stand or do you want to sit?
Stand. Is there a couple of high notes in this one?
Yeah, I think so. So we hope you enjoyed this one. When all the world is a hopeless jumble and the rain comes tumbling all around, heaven opens a magic lane.
When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found.
Leading from your rainbow pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds see beyond the rainbow, why oh why can't we? Before our last number, thank you very much, Polly Harvard. We love you. We do shows with Polly all the time, and she hates to have to play after we've done the record. She says, "I sound so puny," but I don't think she does. I don't think she does.
She's good.
Before we do our last record number, we have to tell you that going to New York to record was a thrill. Being able to record with Neil Hefti was more than we dreamed. For those who don't remember, his wife was Frances Wayne in the 40s, and he wrote arrangements for Count Basie. She had Happiness Is Just a Thing Called Joe and many hits. He was magnificent. But what happened was, just before, we met Ross Pajama Game and Damn Yankee. And we met them and were at Jerry Ross's house. Bless his heart, he was 27, very ill, very precious. And they had struggled and struggled. We were there for dinner, and they finally made it with Pajama Game. And they insisted that she take this little bell and call the maid, and she blushed every time she did. I tell you, you had to almost want to squeeze them into there.
Down to earth boy,
Really. And he took us down the basement to play the entire score of Damn Yankee, and told us that Sarah Vaughan would do whatever Lola wants, and oh, it was just magnificent. And that one tune from Damn Yankee, Two Lost Souls on the Highway of Life. Well, he said, I'm going to write special lyrics for you two to use that for an opener, which of course he never got to do. But we were very thrilled to do this. And the next day we went to the studio to record, and the night before, where the hell did excuse me.
We went to Madison Square Garden because all the guys wanted to go.
Yes.
And it was pouring rain.
And we were hoarse the next morning, a little nerves, a little rain, a little this, and
What a
it was
mess.
dumb thing to do. So we tried, and Neil Hefty got the 4th day, so that means 3 days, and told us not to say a word for 3 entire days, which we sat in the hotel, and we took all the paint off the walls, steaming in the bathroom.
15 minutes on the hour, let me tell you.
And then went downstairs to eat all our meals, same table, 5 of us, and talked with notes and charades, and this was 3 whole days. So finally, the 4th day we went, and it turned out fine. We were sure we had a smash hit. Came back to the hotel, decided to have a bottle of wine for dinner and celebrate, and they brought the wine, and we ordered talking to the waitress, and she passed out. She thought we were deaf losers. It was funny.
Silly things,
She
you know.
just screamed. It was
was
funny.
funny.
But anyway, here is the record, and we hope you enjoy it. No